Hey everybody, it's me, Sean, and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever. We have got all sorts of excitement going on. Oh my gosh, so many trucks. I can't believe it. But they are hauling necessary goods to and from our little daisy chain here, which seems to be working out just fine. The wheat is slowly making its way up here to be turned into plastic, and that's going to be slowly made its way back down there. Excuse me. Jeez. It looks like we are building up a little bit of spare wheat there, so I'm going to throw a few more vehicles onto that line. You can never really have too many vehicles. I mean, I guess you can because we'd start losing money or something, but still, it seems like it's going pretty well. Doesn't seem to be a lot of stuff backing up on this little circuit, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. This one definitely is still our biggest concern. We've got quite the line going on here. I guess that would mean that we have too many vehicles on that route. And it seems like we probably don't have enough vehicles on this construction goods route, which is a very long route. So let's throw some more onto there. And that is, there's going to be tons, I mean, you can see tons of little clumps and gaps and stuff just because of the way that we've got it set up. It's, not necessarily the most efficient setup, but it's hard to get them set up. It'd be nice. The game does a lot better at kind of separating out the vehicles than it did like when it was Train Fever, and even at the beginning of Transport Fever, there was still some clumps that you kind of had to deal with. But it's doing better now, but it's still not perfect. Oh, so you can only buy trams at those. You can't buy trucks. That's fine. Would be nice if we could get this to move a little better, but I wonder what is it, the hill? I mean, it does seem to be, they seem to be going through. Okay, things aren't piling up too badly. They seem to be going through at a consistent basis. So I do just have too many trucks on this route. Wonder if there's any that are, you know what? I don't need to ask. I can just look and see which ones are running empty. Oh, but it's not entirely empty, is it? They all have something on them. It's weird that I guess, is that supposed to be the one material? Well, I mean, if they've all got something on them, I shouldn't mess with them. Good. I like it. Very, very exciting. Now I don't seem to have any. Oh, so we've got a new train and a boat. Mogul, huh? So let's take a look. First off, we are doing pretty good financially. We have some debt. Let's go ahead and repay down our debt so we don't have to pay any interest. Not that the $200,000 a year is really that big a deal, but let's take a look at the Mogul compared to our existing train, and we want to see whether it is worth an upgrade. As a matter of fact, real quick, I'm going to take a look at the list of trains here. So we've got the Mogul at 1885 and we've got the Atlantic at 1902. So we do have quite a gap between our next train. So it might be worth upgrading this one. Let's compare the two. We have the Baldwin, which goes 37 miles an hour, has 284K power, $114,000 per year. 37, 284, 114. 47, 400, and 162. Yeah, I'd say that's probably worth it. It goes considerably faster. Now, it's going to cost us a lot of money to upgrade all of those, but it's fine. We can manage it. I wonder what I want to upgrade. I think I want to upgrade the passenger lines first, even though those are brand new trains. So they're not even going to want to upgrade themselves because the trains are just not that old. Can we get, yeah, it's only 3 years old and it's not going to upgrade until it gets to 7 years old unless I force upgrade it. So I am going to go ahead and force upgrade these. We'll borrow out the maximum amount of money. we're going to set up our upgrades for this one. Put on the mogul and 3 cars. Good. And we'll just do replace now. Shrimp heaven now. Oh, only 1.3 million. That's cheap. Cheap. And we're going to do the same thing with Santa Clarita. 1, and then 1, 2, 3. And there we do, yes, $1.28 million, no problem. Great. So maybe we can do that with these ones just right off the bat. Put that on there, add, and we move that forward. I guess I probably should have just erased the existing engine and then added that on. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add an additional cattle car on there as well, since we have a new more powerful locomotive. That's going to cost quite a bit of money, but I think we can replace all those now too. $7 million? Yes. Yes. Great. Now, the one that's going to be that's going to take a little more time is this Thousand Oaks cattle, which is fine. We will set it up and uh-oh. Shoot. Okay. I guess you can't do it that way. So we have that one, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's good to go. Right? No, 6 now, huh? Wow. Very exciting. How do I get back in? No. Just want to get back in there and add more. There's how you do it. There you go, boxcar. 6. Great. Okay. Automatic replacement on. And we're going to set you to 25%, and that way it'll automatically do those ones as the money comes in. So big expense on our lines here, but definitely going to be worth it, I feel, over getting these faster trains, especially on these freight lines where they're going to be able to haul a little more stuff. Now, again, we have the situation where them being able to haul more stuff doesn't really equate to being able to sell more stuff because we just don't have enough. We don't have enough demand for the bread that they're going to be making. But you know, why not? Why not? Replace now, $6 million. We can't quite do it yet. But it'll be nice to be able to do that and then just kind of kick back and stop worrying about it. $3 million, we're getting closer. You can see a few of them have already switched up as they pulled into stations and whatnot. So it's about $1 million per train, 2.2. And it looks like all of our other trains have upgraded, so that's nice. Meanwhile, our passenger services seem to be going fairly well. We've got a few passengers waiting at pretty much all of the stations within the towns. Oh, there we go. Nope, that's not the one. I see, it's only showing visible lines now. There we are. So we're pretty close to replace now. 2.04, yes. Great. Nope, not enough money. Must have had to pay maintenance the last second there. Yes, there we go. Great. Oh. Oh no. Did it go to replace all of them? Yikes, that's not really what I meant to do. Oh well. I guess it's not very expensive to replace them all when they're all brand new, but still, it seems like I accidentally spent more money than I needed to. But no big deal. Let's pay back down our debt as we get the opportunity. And like I said, our passenger lines, good, running mostly full. I like it. Oops, that Anna seemed very shocked that I clicked on her. But we don't seem to have any piles up of passengers except for trying to get away from the train station, I guess. So we do have a few extra passengers there. And we're getting some passengers piling up at the train station, which is great because we want to have lots of people trying to get where they're going. So I suppose I might need more trams on the, what is this, the B line, maybe? Might throw a couple more on there. Set line, this is Thousand Oaks B. There we go, great. Oh, I got another $3 million while I wasn't looking. There we go, pay back most of that debt. And if we come back over to this town, we can see there doesn't seem to be too many passengers piling up. Again, the B line, if any. All right, I'm going to throw a couple more onto the B line here as well. Buy trams. Set line B. There we go, great. Again, another $2.5 million showed up out of nowhere. Most of our debt's paid off. Oh. And if we look at our passenger situation over in this town, it seems to be very much under control. A few passengers waiting here, and that's unfortunately is gonna split between the two, but it does seem like they're mostly on this side, which is the A line. Oh, the A line wins in this case. So there's our depot. Let's put on some trams onto the A line. This is Mesa, Mesa A. Great, beautiful. And our passenger trains running mostly full, which is what you want to see. Be nice if they're running completely full, but then if they're running completely full, that would mean we probably have passengers waiting at the station. So I'd say we're in good shape. Let's take a look at our finances and see how our finances are treating us here. Our road running costs are 1.2, well, let's look at, no, we're at the end of this year, so $1.24 million. And our road income is $2.3 million. So that's great. We're making over $1 million in income off the road. But the railroad really seems to be the spot. $5 million or 5.6 with $13 million income. So we're making what, $7.5 million? That's pretty great. And the trams trams are breaking us even, but that you would expect because the trams are just there to get passengers onto the passenger trains. And if we look at our passenger trains here, we can see they're making interesting. Does not seem to be a profitable service. Now that surprises me a little bit. I wonder why. Well, maybe because the service was still getting started and it's hadn't. Okay, Thousand Oaks line seems to be doing a little better. So I don't know. We'll give it some time. It's still a pretty new service. You can see now we're starting to really pile up passengers. It could be that these trains are not quite running full both ways. So I guess our next project would be to connect passengers from Mesa to Toledo. Wouldn't be bad to start getting some goods and services into Toledo as well. I wonder, we can produce steel here and we can produce plastic here. Got oil over here, so we could actually be producing fuel for Toledo. Toledo would definitely appreciate that. I don't want to take the oil to turn it into plastic. So if we produced fuel for Toledo, they would be happy. Looks like we're getting a bit of a coal pile up. So I need more trucks on this route. And that is the, what is that, the C, D? Looks like the D route. Great. Things seem to be going great down here. Cannot keep the We just can't keep the stuff going from there to there. Now, unfortunately, running trains along these lines is just not an option. It would be nice if there was a a tram, like a freight tram, but I'm pretty sure there's not. That would be cool though. Yeah, it's just passengers. And I think it's going to be quite a while before we get an improvement to the vehicles for road vehicles. Wow, coal is just going crazy. Why is it making so much coal? Do I need to have more vehicles? Now, see, the problem here is we're going to get so much coal that this plastic is never going to get hauled. Because it's just going to keep bringing more and more coal into there. Guess I could throw a few more vehicles onto that one. That should be like the E line or something like that. Hey, look at that, it is E. Good job remembering. All right. I would suppose that we need more iron coming down with all the coal coming down, but I don't know. Are we piling up coal here or something? Nope. Oh wait, yeah, a little bit, but not too much. So you know what? How about I stop worrying about it? It is a shame that these vehicles are like some of these are probably carrying. I don't know. No, they're carrying full loads. Yeah, we just need to get more throughput on that line. Not really sure how I would go about doing that. I don't want to set up a second depot in here, especially since, you know, wouldn't really do us much good anyways. All right, I am going to let the game run. Well, you know what? Why do I need to let the game run a little bit? What do we want to do next here? Connecting up Birmingham. Like, I don't feel like we're making enough money off passengers yet to really justify, especially trying to climb up that hill. Connecting Thousand Oaks to Manchester might be worth it, but Manchester just doesn't have much going on, and there's no reason to expect it to grow. I'm not going to be able to get food there anytime soon. We could have food come from Portland. Is there a bakery anywhere? I know we have a bakery down here in Thousand Oaks. But getting a train up there, up this hill, oof, I do not want to try to do that. Cedar Rapids, that's going to be a mess if we ever try to connect that one up. I suppose we could set up a truck route for Portland to get food from there to there, but I'm not, you know, like I want to play with trains. I'm not here to play with trucks. I know we set up that complicated chain of truck routes, but I really just wanted to like try that out and see what would happen. It seems to be working really well. Manchester has oil, but doesn't have any. There's an oil processing thing down there. We could set up a train that would run along here, and then it would get oil or fuel into Manchester, and that would make Manchester happy. We could get wheat into here and plastic into there. If we can get steel running, how would we get steel being made? There's coal. There's iron. So we could get steel being made at that little factory as well. Those would all be road vehicles. Yeah, so there's some potential there for Manchester. So you know, let's look at boy, the road vehicle thing is going to be annoying. Let's look at getting this rail line going to Manchester. So we'll start on, I'm going to start on the, do I need to start on the outside line? You know what? Let's start on the inside line. I doubt we're even going to use that outside line going this direction. And we're going to hug along this coast here. So we're just going to come out of there, get down to the ground level as quickly as we can. And then we're going to come along here. So this is pretty much going to be the all we're going to do for the rest of the episode. So if you're not interested in watching me lay this track down and hearing me ramble, you may as well stop watching now, because that's pretty much all we're going to do. Yeah, while I was building all the track in between, or during the last episode, or you know what I mean, during the gap, I was like, oh, you know what? People might actually want to watch me lay some of this track down. I don't know whether you do or not. You can let me know in the comments. Probably not going to change much of anything. What I will probably do is occasionally let you watch me lay down track, and most of the time not have you watch me lay down track. For example, once this episode ends, probably going to finish out this track even without you guys watching. So, but yeah, we'll connect this up. This will be a long route over to Manchester, and then I think in between episodes I will probably set up the truck details for the goods chain that I was talking about, and see if we can get some goods going into Manchester, because that definitely is a way to get those towns to grow. And I mean, look at this. We've got $21 million. So we've pretty much already gotten to the we're making as much money as we're ever going to need point. Now, I might be being a little too optimistic with that, but you know, if we can continue growing, our profits are going to continue. So I don't want to waste too much time by not growing. We should try to work on growing constantly, so we can get a just, you know, keep accumulating more and more profits. I mean, I don't need to tell you how to play this game, right? If you're watching this, if you're brand new to the game and you're watching this, good for you. I'm really glad that you're here and enjoying this. But you know, let's be honest. It's mostly going to be people who already know how to play this game that are watching this series. But like I said, if you are new to the game, hey, thanks for checking it out. I'm really glad you're here. So where do I want to put the station for Manchester? I'm thinking I might actually put it on this side, because then it can connect up here to Des Moines and over to Durham, maybe, probably just Des Moines. And if I put it up here, it can also come around. Now it's going to be tricky trying to get over into Portland, but I think I could probably manage it. And then it could come down this way to get into Wichita. If I put it along the river here, it's easy for it to get to Portland, and a little tricky to get to Wichita, but really not too bad. So you know what? Yeah, I think I'm actually going to put it along the riverfront now that I think about it. So we go to the train station, and it's passenger station, and we're going to put 4 tracks in there, and it's going to be one of those deals, and it's going to be 240 meters long, and we will look at, how does that look? That looks pretty good. Looks good. If I don't connect it to the road automatically, let's just connect it up to the road. It's going to cost the same. Great. Okay, so there's our passenger station there. I will put the little connecty-loos on the end here. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this. I hope you are still enjoying this series. I definitely am having fun. And I'm also recording a bunch of episodes, so if nobody is watching it, that's going to be a shame, because I'm still going to post most of these episodes. I'm not just going to throw all this effort away. So hopefully you guys are watching and having a good time. Leave me a comment. Click that like button. Thank you so much for everybody who's hearing this. I really appreciate it. And I hope I will see you again real soon. Bye.